What makes a hero bad in For Honor? Well, to first answer that question, we must first try to define what makes a hero good in the first place. Consulting the handy tier list I just made up right now in Photoshop, we can see that what makes a hero good is vastly different in duels as it is in team game modes. Top tier duelists have safe openers, threatening chain pressure, high damage, many defensive options, unreactable offense. The list goes on. Top tier team fighters, however, are in the market for other specialties, which range from things like wide hitboxes, easily accessible peeling tools, feats that benefit the whole team or provide a huge advantage to stallers, hyper armor, dodge recoveries, etc, etc. In the example of these higher up characters, we see all of those things and more, while the further down the list we descend, the less safe characters become, the more counters they have, and overall, the higher the potential that other characters above them on the list have tools to completely shut down their game plan. There exists a character, ever since their inception, that has lacked almost every single one of these viable traits. Openers that are not only reactable but guaranteed punishable by every character in the cast. Limited chains that lead to propertyless attacks that really only lead to high damage if everything goes right, and lacking in any meaningful way to defend themselves. Gladiator was the first of many DLC heroes, but unlike the trend set by many of his fellow new additions, Gladiator has not once ever seen the limelight of broken DLC status. Many of the niches he once occupied have now either been patched out of relevance, or have otherwise been taken over by heroes that lack as many flaws as he does. Today, my dear viewer, we will be examining the case of a hero who has fallen over the wayside over the years. Not by any purposeful design, but simply irrelevance bred from irrelevance. This is the story of Gladiator, the hero Ubisoft forgot. Oops, I'm gonna have to get production to replace that later. Well, since the studio is falling apart, let's hop back into our trusty time machine we spent the entirety of our budget on, and leave the depressing present in the past. Or the future, I guess. Our destination is August 15th, 2017. The good old days where children were being dragged down the alt-right pipeline with libtard and ode compilations. California was on fire again, and For Honor had been released and seen its first 3 seasons. Within the first year, Ubisoft had added 6 heroes, Gladiator being released in For Honor Season Grudge and Glory, alongside the Highlander. Come on, Glad, couldn't you at least brought some socks or something? You got your dogs out, dude. Have some decency and cover up. Why can't you be like your Scottish friend here, draped in only the finest fitting streetwear? That's right, sponsor time. Have you ever been walking down the street and thought to yourself, I consume only the most thought-provoking forms of art known to man, aka video games and anime, and would like all of these creatures to know? Well, luckily for you, the fine folks at Project Orochi have just a solution for your predicament. A streetwear brand based in New York, Project Orochi are a group looking to create clothing reminiscent to the worlds of games like Dark Souls, Cyberpunk, For Honor. You know, a bunch of series that I know you nerds like. And unlike most other companies trying to do the same thing, this is stuff you can genuinely wear outside in public and not feel ashamed. Look at this cool woolen sweater I found. Too bad it's only available in sizes made for the average For Honor player at the moment. If you're interested in getting some merch that shows those smelly peons of the street that you have a superior taste in both fashion and media, click the link in the description below and type code MUSTACHE into checkout for a 10% discount on your next purchase. Thank you to Project Orochi for giving me money to feed myself, and now let's get back to the video. Gladiator. In the same vein as his fellow Roman brother, a lot of his kit has remained unchanged. While this makes him a sort of surviving time capsule of what old For Honor hero design looked like, it also means that he has tools that don't really work in the modern landscape of balancing. He was advertised as a character who excels at attack speed, stamina management, and keeping his enemies at a distance, really only one of these things still being true in the modern era. In times contemporary to his release, however, Gladiator certainly did shake things up as far as frame data goes. His neutral light attack was 500 milliseconds, which, although standard for today, was 100 milliseconds quicker than any other hero at that point, though his chain lights were still at the standard. His heavies held similar disparity, his neutral heavies being 700 milliseconds while his chain ones ended in 800, both attacks dealing a whopping 30 damage like his modern finishers. His chains are incredibly basic today as they are essentially exactly what they were upon launch almost 9 years ago. That being various interchangeable lights and heavies, a mid-chain toe stab, and his skier, which like most moves back in these days was a bit slower than today. Another interesting thing of note is that his deflect version of the skewer was not always guaranteed. Gladiator, upon deflecting a heavy attack, would be able to input his skewer and get it guaranteed every single time, as the enemy would usually take too long to recover to be able to prevent this. Though most, if not all, light attacks in the game recover just barely quick enough to allow the opponent to realize they had been deflected and buffer a dodge input, leading to them dodging the deflect punish on the most delicate of timings. Some really weird interactions. Gladiator was also especially unique in his time as he had 2 forms of dodge defense, the dodge bash, which actually shared the same timings as the dodge forward bash for some reason, and his dodge lights, slightly making up for this lacking he had in defensive options. This, although sounding nice on paper, didn't make him an all-around good defender, however, as back in these days, all assassins and Shaolin had what was called a reflex guard. Essentially, your guard had a time limit in which it would decay. After your guard fully decayed, you were left with no guard until you changed your direction again. Gladiator had actually gotten the shortest end of this short stick. I don't know where I was going with this analogy, as he had the reflex guard with the lowest decay timer out of all the assassins in the game. What is most interesting about old Gladiator, however, is that both his neutral toe stab as well as his zone have barely seen any changes throughout the years. His zone works functionally the exact same as it does today, though the case of his toe stab is a bit of a unique one. Under normal conditions, the bash was near identical to what we have today. The toe stab was 600 milliseconds like pretty much every input bash that has ever existed, though a couple of unique properties were tied to it back then. First of all, the recovery of it was so abysmal that it was actually punishable with a guard break on even relatively late timings. Imagine that. A move out of neutral that is explicitly meant to open up your opponent not only being extremely reactable, but also netting the opponent a generous 30 damage as well. For those of you who don't know, Gladiator's ability to unbalance opponents who are out of stamina with his toe stab was inherent to his kit back on launch. In antiquity, however, performing the bash when locked onto an opponent who was out of stamina would actually slow it down by an additional 200 milliseconds, making the bash 800 in total. For a modern comparison, that is the same speed as Medjai's staff mode bash, a move which is completely unusable in duels and meant only for ganking. That is the kind of balancing climate we existed in. On top of that, something that is integral to understand about Gladiator and the roles he used to fill is the special properties that bashes have, and more specifically the way they used to interact with hit stun rules. It was up until the title update that introduced Virtuosa that bashes operated in a different way from regular attacks as far as ganking was concerned. Before the aforementioned update, stagger, and with it every single bash in the game, would indeed cause the affected player to react upon being hit, but would ignore and reset hit stun rules. With this change, anti-ganking became a lot more bearable, as characters like Centurion, Jingjun, and Shinobi could not just put you into what was essentially an escapable cutscene where the only interaction was to die. This was a change that I originally was very much happy to see. And while it was likely still a net positive for balance, this erased Gladiator's biggest and possibly most important niche. Gladiator was among the most easy and reliable characters to have as a ganking partner, even before his rework. His toe stat put the opponent into a generous window of stagger, which means that his ganking partner would easily be able to react and throw out confirmed attacks. In isolation, not that crazy until you realize he could do this over and over and over again. By continuing the chain from toe stab to feinted skewer, Gladiator could put enemies into a ganking cutscene that rivaled Centurion's punch confirms. And this was the only real niche Gladiator could ever find himself in. Among the broader player base, he was considered a relatively high to mid-tier duelist, though the cracks in his kit are, with retrospect, abundantly obvious. In fact, I would even go as far to say that him and Centurion had a pretty similar story going on, as they shared a lot of the same weaknesses. Openers that were not only reactable but incredibly vulnerable, limited chain options, slow and easily recognizable animations for their actually threatening chain moves, and defense that, although not entirely bad for their time, would not be adjusted for many years to come, making them get left behind in that regard. And so it was. A respectable duelist and a designated ganker is what Gladiator would be for, well, ever, I guess. But what you have to understand, boys and girls, is that this simply could not cut it for making a character even just decent. As the years went on, more and more heroes would be added to the game. We got some pretty crazy duelists, a lot of extremely versatile teamfighters and gankers, and all the while, Gladiator remained. Never changing, never acknowledged. Unlike Centurion, who the community both adored and abhorred, Gladiator would not see any changes at all throughout year 1 or year 2. Not even the slightest mention in patch notes, in fact, save for a bug fix here and there. Then year 3 rolled around, and again, the first 2 seasons saw nothing. In August of 2019, in the same testing grounds that unveiled Centurion's rework, Gladiator as well as Warlord were put up for testing for what Ubisoft described as minor reworks. This is where I'm going to get a bit candid here, because I've been playing this game as well as Rainbow Six Siege for a good couple of years now, and I don't think Ubisoft knows what a rework is, as even just a small rework implies that the character plays differently in some way. Instead, all the rework did for Gladiator was speed up some of his chain lights, make it so his reflex guard lasted the same duration as other assassins, and the recoveries were adjusted to match more modern standards. Oh, and also Bamboozle could now wall splat. And you can now run just the smallest bit faster. Not exactly the most revolutionary rework, if you would even call it that. What is possibly the biggest injustice of this rework is that it gave Ubisoft the justification to call it quits here. Beyond this point, on October 12, 2019, when his rework came out of testing and made it to live, we would not see any direct major changes to Gladiator at all. That is a little over 6 years as of the time of this video going live. 6 years since Gladiator was quote-unquote modernized. That is 6 years of new hero releases, and 6 years of other characters who would see themselves getting in and out of testing grounds with new and more balanced, or sometimes overpowered, kits. His rework predates the humongous CCU update that changed how fights played out in For Honor forever, and yet, just like before his rework, Gladiator remained. At some point after this, which I cannot accurately pin down since Ubisoft just stopped updating the patch notes on their website for like 4 years for some reason, he would lose his ability to unbalance opponents who were out of stamina, and then years later he would get it back out of the blue. At this point, so many heroes had come out. Year 1 For Honor, the climate Gladiator was created in, and Year 4 For Honor, the climate in which he was modernized, was a completely different beast than what we know For Honor as today. Upon crossing over to the post-CCU era, the heroes Gladiator had to contend with were just too much to handle. In the earlier periods, anywhere from Year 4 to Year 6, heroes such as Shaman, Aramusha, and Raider held the top spots for duelists in the game. Each had what was considered unreactable offense at the time, had hard-hitting attacks that forced reads that would often favor them, and unique tools that ensured whatever advantage they held would be doubly so. Shaman with her passive heal and pressure against bleeding opponents, Aramusha with his blade blockade recovery, making dodge attacks a near death sentence, and Raider with his hyper armor that forced you to respect his chains. Gladiator had and still only has one advantage to his name, in his 35 damage skewer, but other than that, he was dog food to these ravenous hounds. He could fare much more decently in team game modes, as although like today he lacked any way to efficiently anti-gank or contribute to teamfights, as a ganker he could finish up opponents quickly with just one wrong read. As we move further through this period, however, we see a humongous shift in power scaling, especially among the new releases and reworks. In the later periods of the post-CCU era, ranging from Year 6 to present date, top duelists included Centurion, Aphira, and Shinobi, although unlike the other half of this time frame, so many characters had been buffed to the point where the scalings are becoming more blurred by the day. With so many characters being above average duelists, those who can't measure to that might get crushed by the pressure. Now, many characters have unreactable offense, safe recoveries, defense that can tip the scales of battle, but for those who don't, well, at least you're better at something else, right? Now that certainly is true for other bottom tier duelists such as Nobushi. While having reactable offense and chains that don't really work in practice, she has insanely high damage against bleeding opponents. Damage that if, say, confirmed by a teammate, would lead to extremely punishing ganks. Add on top of that the fact that her weapon is small, long range, yet able to perform sweeping motions, you get a good peeler, a deadly teamfighter, and an amazing clearer all in one. Despite her lackings as a duelist, she has consistently remained one of the best teamfighters for years now. Other top tier teamfighters similarly have some of these qualities, while also appealing to much more specialized traits. Dodge recoveries, hyper armor, team oriented feats, and large sweeping moves that command presence. Characters like Orochi, Pirate, and Warmonger dominate teamfighting game modes for all of the reasons listed above and more. Meanwhile, Gladiator? Well, as a modern teamfighter, there's simply too many flaws to consider him even just a decent contributor to a team. Initiating offense in a teamfight is hard, as although he has some pretty hefty damage on his finisher heavies, they are propertyless, and they must be accessed through his chains. Starting a chain being a hefty effort against a player who knows how to abuse your weaknesses. Damn it, he can react to it. Gladiator, similar to a lot of the heroes who lack hyper armor or any large weapons, must patiently wait in the midst of a teamfight, accruing damage through blocked heavies and stray unblockables that come his way in order to sparingly find the scarce opportunities in which he can attack without being peeled against. And in an anti-gank, he's simply too vulnerable to create a threatening opening on any of his assailants without immediately being peeled, save for the occasional deflect cancel. Nice. You captured Zone C. No, I missed the parry! I'm trying to be too flashy here. Gladiator does not fit in the modern landscape of For Honor, as made abundantly clear by the various changes that have happened around him, whether intentional or not, that have neutered what little upsize he has. Two blanket changes in the form of the Universal Stamina Drain patch, as well as the Universal Stagger patch, took away his ability to stamina bully as well as infinite confirm gank, the latter being his last true powerful niche. Now, Gladiator exists without anything to hold on to for viability. Other characters have high damage, but without the lack of a viable opener. Other characters have adequate ganking tools without the lack of teamfighting options. Other characters act as competent duelists without having limited chains. This is all simply a testament to how outdated Gladiator's design is, and ultimately is a problem not easily solved. Now, you might be wondering, Macho, you're the nerd by the way.
How would this not be easily solved? You literally just laid out all of Gladiator's problems.
Well, you see, my dear socially challenged viewer, there's simply one thing holding Gladiator back. You may not be fully familiar with what you are looking at right now. This is a tier list made by some of the best players in the world. No, not that fossil in the corner, that's Havoc. I mean these two players in the call with him, Toad's Mind and Bean. These two talented greaseballs are capable of doing things that to the average player would seem impossible. Now, this entire time you've heard me baby raging about how much this character I've been playing a lot recently sucks, and yet here, on their tier list, they have given him a pretty solid rating. Is this a case of the mustache YouTuber being washed? Well, we all know I already suck, but what I also know is that this tier list is vastly different from anything the average player would say. But the reason I bring up their opinion is that it certainly is very fair and important to keep in mind should we try to construct an idea of what a possible Gladiator rework would look like. Gladiator being in tier list here is not because top tier players can more effectively use his kit than I could realize, but simply because competitive players value different traits than we do. In this case, Gladiator is considered decent only because of his high damaging deflect and wall splats, as well as his out of stamina pressure with a skewer mix-up. And it is precisely these things that hold Gladiator back. You see, to fix Glad, we need a couple of things. First of all, to make him an adequate duelist, he needs an actual opener. There are two routes that we could go in providing him one. The Legion Bash route, where we give him a confirmed attack off of any dodge forward bash, or the soft feint route, where perhaps through a neutral heavy, we can give him an unreactable soft feint that leads to his toe stab. Either route, he needs something that isn't his neutral toe stab. While I think the move is necessary for him to hold on to what little ganking power he has left, it should not function as his sole unique opener. This small change could already boost his standing substantially, but many problems would arise from doing just this alone, problems I will elaborate on shortly. But before I do, I want to take a look at his change in order to help him bring more value to a team fighting scenario. I believe that by giving his finisher heavy the undodgeable property, when coupled with his new opener, he could finally be able to be menacing towards enemies in his vicinity in a large fight. But now you surely see where the problem lies in such buffs: the damage. By doing this to his finishers, Gladiator would gain a new orange-blue mix-up, where the enemy has to make a choice between dodging the toe stab or waiting for the undodgeable heavy. The mix-up here is simply too imbalanced, however. You have the choice to dodge a 12 damage bash or to block the 30 damage heavy. Sounds wildly disproportionate as far as risk-reward goes, right? Well, Kyoshin technically already has this, but pushing that aside, we must also consider the other chain we have now created. By giving Gladiator an actual opener, we make the most troublesome part of his kit too easily accessible: the skewer. 35 damage or more on a failed read in a duel is simply too much. Add any damage Glad's teammates could bring from a confirm, and you are looking at melted health bars that would make pre-CCU Lawbringer blush. These are things Gladiator needs, however. When playing as him against any competent opponent, you can really feel just how much these things matter to allow a smooth flow state in combat. With current Gladiator, you have to stare and play reactionarily, but with these proposed changes, you actually have a way to force your pressure. There has to be a give and a take, however. With just some simple damage adjustments here and there, we can give him a presence on the battlefield that won't make him too strong, but will finally give him all the tools he needs. And that is my final proposal. While this is all fine and nice, there is one last thing I do think Gladiator could do with. And, you know, this one may be a little unpopular, but I think Gladiator could possibly, maybe, someday, maybe, get dodge recoveries on finishers. Oh, he made the mistake. Okay. What was that?
I got fucking ended.
Dodge on read.
When I dodge on read.
Oh, this guy's so predictable.
This should go and like not.
This guy's so predictable. Wow.
A little help, guys. Could really use some help.
Wow.
Oh, don't worry, your help's
people.
coming.
Oh, great. Now there's another one.
Mother.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna
Just
Watch
help.
this. I'm gonna be like that, bro. Oh shit. Ah, you.
I didn't block that.
Yes.
I dodged, but okay.
Gas station died.
Oh,
No.
hurt.
Yeah,
And
fuck
he got a
you,
shield now.
bitch.
Oh my god, I won. No, there's another one! I got the health anyways.
I'm coming. Shit, where do I gotta go? God damn it.
Everywhere.
I
Maybe
feel like I'm
nowhere.
in a Telltale game where I gotta make a decision and it's gonna like haunt me. They both
Make a
suck.
decision.
Oh shit, he's got bastion.
Both sire. This really hurts.
Ow, that hurt.
Nah, bro, you're gonna be like that, bro. Up.
I already want to play a different video. Piranha really sucks today.
That's it.
Oh my god, how am I? I'm see, there's another one!
And there's another one.
Dude, I fought 4 1v1s, can I get one?
No! And you got caught in the crossfire, bum.
Fuck.
Come on. Come on. Come here.
Like a hermit? Okay, do it to himself, I guess? What are you gonna do, JJ? What are you gonna do, JJ? Oh, you wanna come? You wanna come?
Come on.
Oh, f came here too late.
Anytime she makes like a fucking noise, bro.
See ya! Nice! Fuck you, Virtuosa. Kill yourself. Oh, okay. Okay, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. She hasn't even done anything wrong yet. She just played Virtuosa.
No,
Oh, she left the game. Never mind. How do I dead? What? I narrowly missed. What? I did deflect! Okay, he killed it. Imagine boss gonna pick me up this thing. Oh, he said it! He said for honor! Wait.
I think there's.
You should be alright, actually.
Yeah, there's conquerors there. I'll go to see.
Yeah, they're taking C.
Warden's going up to A, so you got another one on you, Evan.
Yep.
You're gonna have 3 up there. Yeah. I have 1 on me right now, catching.
Oh, no revenge? Wow, you parried that, and he's gonna run away like a little bit. No!
1 on Ty.
I'm just okay. They're all.
Yeah,
over.
I'm fighting the other guy. Yeah, they're all here.
Oh, one's like kind of like not in the fight.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna go for JJ.
Uh-oh.
I'll help you.
Oh,
I
shit.
can do it. Get out of here.
It's okay, I got her. Yoink! No!
My kill.
Nice neutral dodge back from the side, bro.
Or B or arms. What the fuck are you guys doing? How about here's a thought, shaman. Wait for somebody.
Whoa, that one guy just said the N-word. Ah! He's about to ruin the clip about again. He said it like so matter of factly. And now he's emo spamming on him.
Oh my god.
Useless action.
Such a mannerful.
He doesn't give a f
Right there.
moron.
Oh, you didn't hear because you're on console.
Last month.
Yeah, he's been talking about it like all the time. Man.
I don't remember. I've been locked in on
I've been locked in.
Actually,
I'm in
I
the
haven't been locked in
trenches.
on anything.
I'm getting raped.
I'm getting raped.
But yeah, this is her.
What's her
So
name?
small.
Zaylin.
Yeah, Zaylin.
Yeah. My bad. Hey, Zaylin.
Okay, I just stuck the trident up his ass. Oh my god. Bro, is this really the matchup I have to go against when I'm playing this shitty hero for a video? I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, we're good. Okay, never mind. Oh, god damn it.
おう、向かってくるのか。
Yeah, fuck Virtuosa.
At the rage, I have T-Rex arms.
I can't confirm that. God damn it, I dodged back too late. Oh, I don't have Bounty Hunter. Fuck.
And if you can try to survive, maybe the bot can get B and I'll get A.
Okay.
Actually, no, I can't get A. There's someone here. I don't think I can get in the time.
I need that guy to touch me.
Huh?
Never mind. Okay, I got it. Oh, hype armor.
I can't get anything in time, man. Evan, I'm coming. I'll die with you.
Why can't I can't bash. I can't do.
Let me customize my guy real quick.
I wish I could have customized my guy when I was bored.
Me too, man.
Would you have changed his skin tone, Zalem? I would have
I
changed
tell you
mine.
this, I love being black.
I love being black. if God told me to be reborn, I'd choose to be black again, twice on Sundays. But
some of us needs to be slaves again.
Oh shit, I'm dead. Never mind. Get out of here. No!
Shit, what is that now?
No, I think Gladiator and Conquer are the same height, it looks like. Actually, no, I think...
Dude. I'm listening to this guy's mic right now, bro. It sounded like the Roblox compressing like drinking sounds.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the last second. What? That only worked because I fainted it. What, I can't dodge that? Where are the hits on over there? I don't know how that bashed you. Oh, I'm dead.
I tried. Also, I normally don't get. Oh crap, they're on me.
We got two down here on B. Nice neutral heavy carry, bro.
I'm dead. He headbutted me.
What? Oh, the iframes.
Whoa, how did I just get picked back up?
Auto revive, that's your tier 4.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't even.
Oh, I
didn't
barely
even
survived
see.
that. Oh my god, there's no way I survived both of those because of Bounty Hunter.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I think that's it. That was quick. What? Yeah, I wasted that. I should have seen that coming. No! And this whole time. Oh, because I don't even have teammates anymore, bruh. They're all bots. And that truly is a For Honor moment. What? Thank you. Oh my gosh. No, the other lobby left. Can I just have like one regular, perfectly balanced match where everyone is of equal skill and using equally strong characters, and no one leaves, and no one's toxic? Can I just have that?
It can.
Dude, that would be an insane candy. Like it's like ring pops, but you replace the ring with a D.
It's like the
ring pop, but with like a day going through it.
Bussy ice pops, freaky as shit.
Don't kill him yet. Let me get there.
Oh, that almost got him.
Leroy!
Thank you! Thank you, Ty. I punched him to death.
Thank you. Why'd I do that? That's not what I wanted to do.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, I killed her. I killed her, but I can't cap the point because I'm bleeding out. I hate this hoe.
Haha, I read you like a book, stupid fucking warden.
Why was there a wind up on the bow? Clear.
Alright, we got some. Crap.
Oh my god, this guy's dead.
Sorry, I tried.
Okay.
I'm gonna show these bitches what's up, man. I'm pissed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, stay in there. Stay in there. Stay in it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Stay in
be
it.
dead.
Stay in it, huh? Stay in it. Stay in it.
Another Warmonger Steve was spamming her.
Hey, Evan. Mucho.
Macho.
Does it mean a lot to you?
That's crazy.
Eli, I just want to let you know that my little cousin's sleeping in the other room. If she wasn't, I'd be banging on my desk right now. And I'd be making monkey noises. And I'd probably be throwing my shit on the wall.